Have you ever walked into a luxury hotel and instantly felt calmer, more confident, more taken care of? Even before you reach the front desk, that feeling is not accidental. Five-star hotels are designed using psychology, not just aesthetics. And today, I'm breaking down the exact design tricks that they use so you can bring that same elevated, expensive feeling into your own home without a luxury budget. Welcome back to Home Decor 101, your YouTube home decor channel. If you love learning why certain spaces feel high-end, timeless, and effortlessly elegant, you're in the right place. In this video, we're diving into the psychology of luxury and uncovering the subtle design choices that five-star hotels use to create comfort, calm, and quiet confidence. These aren't trends, they're principles, and once you see them, you'll never unsee them. So my first tip is luxury is about how a space makes you feel, not how much that it costs. One of the biggest misconceptions about luxury is that it's about expensive things. In reality, luxury is about emotional response. Five-star hotels focus on how a space makes you feel the moment that you enter. Calm instead of cluttered, grounded instead of overstimulated, taken care of instead of overwhelmed. At home, this means editing before adding. Luxury spaces are rarely packed with decor. Instead, they feel intentional, breathable, and composed. A single well-chosen lamp feels much more luxurious than 5 trendy ones. A clean, layered bed feels richer than a room full of excess furniture. Luxury begins with restraints. Now, if you're curious about some hotel-style essentials for your home, I've linked a few timeless pieces that I love in the description box. Tip number 2. Hotels use layering to create comfort and depth. Luxury hotels never rely on just one element to carry a space. They layer everything. Think about a hotel bedroom. You're going to see layers of crisp sheets, a plush duvet, a coverlet, decorative pillows, a throw casually draped at the foot of the bed. This layering signals comfort, abundance, and care. The same applies to living rooms. A rug layered under furniture, curtains framing the windows even if they aren't needed for privacy, side tables, coffee tables, and soft lighting working together. At home, layering instantly makes a space feel finished and expensive. Even simple rooms feel elevated when textures are thoughtfully combined. Number 3, luxury hotels control lighting very intentionally. So I don't know if you've noticed, but here's a major difference between luxury spaces and everyday homes. Overhead lighting is never the star of a luxury space. Hotels will mainly use low, warm, ambient lighting to create intimacy and calm. Table lamps, floor lamps, wall sconces, soft indirect glow. This lighting strategy lowers stress and makes people feel safe and relaxed. At home, the fastest way to elevate a room is to turn off the overhead light. To add multiple light sources at eye level, use warm bulbs instead of harsh white ones. Remember, luxury lighting whispers, it never shouts. Lighting alone can completely transform a space. And remember, if you are interested in some really awesome lighting for your home, check the description box. I've linked some of my favorites. Number 4, 5-star hotels use a restrained color palette. Now, luxury hotels rarely use loud colors everywhere. Now, I know there are some hotels that are really wild and funky, and that's awesome too, but they still find a really designer way of doing it. We'll get into that in another video. But most luxury hotels rely on soft, grounded palettes, warm neutrals, creams and taupes, deep browns, muted blues or greens. These create visual calm and allows materials and textures to shine. At home, this doesn't mean boring, it means intentional. A neutral foundation with controlled contrast just feels sophisticated. One deep accent tone feels luxurious. 10 competing colors can feel a little chaotic. If a space feels off, it's often because the palette is doing too much. Number 5, hotels prioritize sensory details. Luxury isn't just visual, it's sensory. Hotels think about how fabrics feel, how rooms smell, how sound carries. That's why hotel towels feel heavier. That's why curtains are thick. That's why signature scents are subtle but memorable. At home, small upgrades make a big impact. Thicker towels, linen or cotton bedding, a signature home scent, soft rugs that quiet footsteps. These details quietly tell your brain this space is special. Number 6, luxury spaces feel personal but never cluttered. 5-star hotels walk a fine line. They feel curated, not personal, yet never sterile. They use a few art pieces, 1 or 2 decorative objects, clean surfaces with breathing room. Now, at home, luxury means choosing fewer things with more presence. One beautiful tray instead of many small items. One statement art piece instead of a gallery wall overload. Clear countertops with purpose. Empty space isn't wasted space. It's what allows everything else to shine. There's a saying when it comes to decor, not necessarily a saying, but just a note. And that is sometimes the negative leads to the positive. And what that means is sometimes having that negative space, which is that empty space in your room, is going to make everything else really pop. So empty space isn't wasted space. It's what allows everything else to shine. And number 7, consistency is what makes a home feel expensive. So the final hotel trick is consistency. Luxury hotels repeat materials, finishes, and tones throughout. The same metal finish, coordinated wood tones, a cohesive color story. In homes, inconsistency is what breaks the illusion of luxury. Too many styles fighting and competing with each other just creates visual noise. When a home feels cohesive, it feels intentional. And when it feels intentional, it feels expensive. So guys, in conclusion, luxury isn't about copying a hotel room. It's about understanding why those spaces make you feel so good and applying that psychology at your house. When you focus on comfort, calm, restraint, and sensory experience, your space naturally elevates. No expensive renovation required. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, Make sure to subscribe for more design psychology, decorating strategies, and timeless home ideas. And don't forget to check the description box, where I've linked curated pieces inspired by 5-star hotel design to help you bring this look home. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.